Hey, welcome. Today we are diving into what looks like a massive opportunity in one of South Asia's biggest and frankly most exciting education markets. We're talking about a platform called Kipin PTO, and this isn't just about riding the EdTech wave in Indonesia, it's about being the one that's making the waves. So let's get right into it. I want you to start with just one number, 300,000. That's it. That's how many schools there are in Indonesia. A vast, absolutely enormous market that is, for the most part, totally underserved and looking for a way to modernize, and fast. So that's the big question, right? How on earth do you bring a modern digital solution to a market that big with all of its, unique geographical and technical challenges? Well, the answer is you have to solve a core problem, a fundamental issue that every single one of those schools is dealing with right now. Okay, so to really get the opportunity here, we first have to understand the problem. And for a long, long time, the Indonesian education system has been held back by a pretty broken assessment process. There's this huge gap between what teachers actually need and the tools they've been given to do their jobs. I mean, the old way is, well, it's a mess. It's all paper. Think about that. That means it's slow, it's incredibly expensive, and it is a massive headache for teachers. Just try to imagine the millions of hours just wasted grading exams by hand, the mountains of paper that have to be printed and then physically shipped, and the logistical nightmare of trying to coordinate all of that across literally thousands of islands. Now here's where things get really interesting. This isn't just a slow-moving problem anymore. The Indonesian government is stepping in and completely shaking things up with a new national academic test called the TKA. And this isn't a suggestion, it's a mandate. Every school in the country has to get on board and modernize how they do assessments, and they have to do it now. All of a sudden, you have this huge, top-down, immediate demand for a digital solution. And that is exactly where Kipin PTO comes into the picture. See, this isn't just another piece of education software. It is a complete end-to-end digital assessment platform that was built from the ground up specifically to solve Indonesia's unique set of problems. For teachers, Kipin PTO is an absolute lifesaver. It takes a process that used to take them days, sometimes weeks, and turns it into something they can do in minutes. They can create tests, push them out to students, and get instant, automated results and analysis. This frees them up to do the thing they're actually supposed to be doing, teaching. And it's not just the teachers who benefit. For the schools and the students themselves, Kipin PTO comes preloaded with a giant question bank. We're talking over 50,000 questions, all perfectly aligned with the national curriculum. What does that mean? It means schools can start using it for practice tests and real assessments from day one. It's ready to go right out of the box. Kipin PTO also tackles another massive issue for any kind of testing: cheating. The platform has a whole suite of features: real-time monitoring, randomized questions, you name it, that make it incredibly difficult for students to cheat. This gives administrators confidence that the exam results are a true, accurate reflection of what their students actually know. But look, Kipin PTO is so much more than just a list of cool features. It has a core technical advantage, a real moat around its business that truly sets it apart from any potential competition. Here's the reality of the situation in Indonesia. Internet connectivity is a huge challenge. It's just not everywhere. In so many of the more remote parts of the country, there's little to no internet at all. This means that almost all other EdTech solutions, which are almost always cloud-based, simply do not work there. They are completely locked out of a huge piece of the market from the get-go. And this is Kipin PTO's secret weapon. It's hybrid technology. It just works, both online and completely offline. For schools in the cities with great internet, it runs from the cloud, no problem. But for those schools with spotty or no internet at all, it can run on a simple local server right there in the classroom. This means Kipin PTO can be used by every single one of the 300,000 schools in Indonesia. Nobody else can say that. And it's really no accident that this platform is such a perfect fit for the Indonesian market. It was designed and built by a 100% Indonesian team. These folks don't just know the technology. They live and breathe the culture. They know the curriculum inside and out. And they understand what it's really like to be a teacher in Indonesia. So the technology sounds great, the team is perfect, but is it actually being used? Is it having an impact? The answer is a huge, resounding yes. Kipin PTO is already deployed and making a difference in schools all over Indonesia, from the biggest cities to some of the most remote islands you can imagine. Listen to this. You honestly can't get a better endorsement than this one. A teacher in one of the most remote 3T regions of Indonesia called Kipin PTO, a messiah. That's not just a nice compliment, that is stone-cold proof that the offline technology works and that it is making a profound difference in the exact places that need it the most. And this right here is what that impact looks like. It's about empowering teachers and students, giving them the modern tools they need to succeed, period. It doesn't matter if a school has a fantastic fiber optic connection or no connection at all, Kipin PTO is leveling the playing field. And the feedback we're hearing is consistent across the board. Schools are telling us it's practical, it's efficient, and it's saving them a ton of money on paper and printing costs. It's making life so much easier for teachers by automating results. And maybe most importantly, it's making the government's vision of digital transformation an actual practical reality. So let's bring it all together. What does all this mean from an investment perspective? Well, it's pretty simple. Kipin PTO isn't just a great product. It's a great company in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. If you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. Kipin PTO is a proven, it is a scalable, and it is now an essential tool for a nation of 300,000 schools that are being mandated to modernize. Let's just break that down in terms of return on investment. You have a massive market of 300,000 schools. Why does that matter? Because the new government TKA mandate means they all need a solution right now. The timing is perfect. Then you have the unique tech moat. That hybrid model means Kipin PTO can service 100% of that market, not just the easy-to-reach parts. The investment is also hugely de-risked because it's already got proven traction. It's being used and loved by schools everywhere. And finally, that local expertise means it will continue to have the perfect product-market fit for years to come. So here's the bottom line. Kipin PTO isn't just another player trying to get into the market. It has the technology, it has the team, and it has the traction to become the undisputed national standard for digital assessment across Indonesia. The only question left is, are you ready to be a part of that journey?